each other like this, we keep loving each other like this, we keep going out and battling like this, I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro. It's the top and we ain't stopping. Yes, sir. And we ain't stopping. Yes, sir. Family on me. Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. All these sacks, the QB scared of dropping back. Get 'em in, go attack. From the kick off to the finals now. We up peak, we in the city. SCIA turned up, baby, tune in with me. UCF Jag, the real blood. All you need to know right here, I'm talking real loud, babe. Start Adam, Chef, Kenny Jags. Till it really on point, no pump face. PCs to the house, new beat, drop it now. YouTube for my dead news, then my go-to, never take down. What's in it, got nothing on it. Down my squad, put something on it. Tell her AC how we run it. Get the ring fitted, cause we coming for it. Strip, sack, touchdown. I better run now. It's 4 down, go punt now. Cut through the buggy, start down. Yeah. Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. Strip, sack, touchdown. Hit 'em up, hit 'em up, hit 'em up, go. Strip, sack, go.
Touchdown! DJ Chark, the over-the-shoulder grab. Mike Leach basically said, hey, you want to lead the country in passing? Minshew, deep ball, separation, DJ Chark. Chark with a stiff arm on board, and Chark is still going. Here's J.J. Watt. Minshew down the sideline.
And what is going on with it, guys? Welcome back into yet another live stream. I've definitely set a record for the amount of live streams that I've done the last 2 to 3 days, and really just total like watch time or total like live time. You know what I mean? Man, I went live for about 4 hours on Thursday, 4 hours on Saturday, then obviously very, very sporadically yesterday. But what's up, everybody? First one in here was Mr. Galactic. What's going on, man? Mr. Galactic liked the Cisco pick. What's up, Will? Charlie Boy said that was a solid draft. Amari wants to talk some football. That's what we're going to do here. What's up, Brett? What's up, FaZe? Mr. Galactic Swift. Alina's dad says Tim Tebow looking like the tight end. Yeah, that's true, man. We didn't do much of tight end, especially when it comes to really receiving tight end. I guess that was the big. I mean, obviously, when you come away from drafts, there's certain things that you want that you're going to hit on. There's certain things that you wish you would have done better on, and it looks like that never really, unfortunately, it never really dropped for the Jaguars. But Tony Pete in the building, what's up, man? But I just want to say, man, it was an awesome, really last 4 days. It was a lot of fun, man, a lot of fun, and I just want to take the time to really thank all you guys for tuning in, watching all of my different stuff. It was a ton of fun, man. I started off this channel as just a guy in Orlando that really liked the Jaguars. I had no one to really talk about it. Then now I'm out here converting my living room into a draft studio. I literally use my kitchen table. So big shout out to my girlfriend for really putting up with me when it comes to just completely shifting our house around. And just shout out to all the people that were a part of it and all the new people. But yeah, thanks everybody. Amar says, I wish we would have got the wide receiver from USC. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, but I'm honestly, I wasn't at wide receiver. I wasn't big on necessarily going out and getting one. I really just wanted certain ones. Like really, the most realistic wide receiver I wanted Tony at 25. And it sounds like Urban Meyer did too. I wasn't big on like Rondale Moore, even like Elijah Moore, definitely not at 25 just because he's so undersized. But Tony just brings a whole new like element really to the offense, and I thought that would have been really cool. But obviously he went to the Giants, and the Jaguars decided to go with ETN, which another offensive weapon. We can't really be mad about that. It's just we all thought it might have come at the wide receiver, but Like Urban Meyer said, man, he's going to be using Tony in a lot, not Tony, but he's going to be using ETN in a lot of different ways outside of just running back. Like, he's not strictly a running back. He's more so just like an offensive weapon. You know what I mean? We're not phasing out James Robinson out of this offense. Definitely not doing that. So, Phoenix, what's up, man? Says, I just watched Jordan Smith's tape and he has a lot of potential. Yes. Jordan Smith, the edge rusher out of UAB, he's the kind of guy that he's like the raw pass rusher. He's the guy that, man, he really has all the tools it takes to be great, but we just need to like redefine a lot of things and change up some things and just develop and teach. And I'm really excited just because, I mean, with this draft, I think we were pretty much even on offense and defense. We got a lot of defensive backs, which really confused a lot of people. You know, the pick at number 33 was a little bit worrisome. And yeah, Alina's dad says Urban Meyer wanted Tony at 25 and ETN at 33. I think the actual picks turn out better for the long run. It's funny, man, because I put out, like I said in a live stream not too long ago, and I put it on Instagram and Twitter. I basically said that, guys, could you imagine if the Jaguars got Lawrence number 1, Tony at 25, ETN at 33, and Pat Freiermuth at 45? And man, damn it, it almost happened that way. If it could have happened that way, it would have. But honestly, if the Jags had Tony at 25, there's a good chance that ETN probably, as everyone's saying, he probably gets scooped up by the Bills, which is definitely a possibility. But man, that would have been that would have been some heat. But honestly, the way it looks right now, man, our defensive backfield, like that's got to be the most improved part of the team right now. It's just the defensive backfield, because last year, man, we went from like Trey Herndon, like Sidney Jones, Josiah Scott, whoever was playing at the slot, you know, and at safety, Andrew Wingard, Daniel Thomas, Gerard Wilson. And now we have we have a lot there. CJ Henderson coming back from injury, Shaquille Griffin, obviously now the new cornerback we got from Georgia. I'm forgetting his name. Campbell, I forget his first name. It's like Julius or Justin Campbell or something. So that's big. And then now we have Rayshon Jenkins and Cisco at safety. So, and there's some people out there that argue that, the defensive backs are more important than defensive line. I tend to disagree. I think defensive line is more important, but the debate is out there. So, I mean, at this point right now, we have a pretty solid defensive back group. And Tyson, thank you, Tyson. So at this point, I think that, and especially Joe Cullen, I'm really excited about our new defensive coordinator, because he, I think, is going to bring a lot of new elements to this offense when it comes to just throwing out different packages, doing a lot of different things with the defensive line. He runs a lot of dime, which is essentially, nickel is 5 defensive backs, dime is 6 defensive backs. And if we're going to be running some dime sets with 6 defensive backs, I think this is this will be really interesting, because I don't know, I'm just really excited for Joe Cullen and what this defense is going to look like. And man, it's that time where like the draft happens. It's just like, man, how about in 2 weeks, let's just play a random game. I just want to do a dry run of what our team looks like. But unfortunately, we have to wait till September, which is going to be 4 months from now. But hey, we waited 4 months for Trevor Lawrence. We can win another 4 for the season. But yeah, the draft, it was fun. It was obviously shocking, some different parts. And it sucks because, man, next year we don't have the 2 first-round picks. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss the first-round picks. I think every year we should have 2 first-round picks. The NFL should give that to us, but whatever. Steven, a Titans fan, says, boy, this Jaguars team has become dangerous. I think so too, man. And the main reason, we won't even need to talk about Tyson Campbell. We don't need to talk about like these other guys that we drafted. We got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence alone. The minute we drafted Trevor Lawrence, we won the draft, in my opinion, man. We finally got our quarterback of the future, something that we've been desperately wanting for so long now. We finally got him, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Terrence says, I'm blogging tomorrow. UCF, do we have an offensive line? I have been higher on the offensive line than others, and I will say I really do like the pickup of Walker Nickel. Where did that come from? Walker Little. I definitely like that pickup because now we have a much clearer direction about the left tackle spot. Now we don't have to, because if we didn't get him, if we got like a wide receiver or something there, then we're sitting here like, okay, like it becomes a real discussion about, okay, what are we going to do with Cam Robinson at the left tackle spot next year? Because you can do another franchise tag on the next year, but the amount is monumentally higher. You can give him another deal, but you have to give him a lot of money because if we don't overpay for him, somebody else will. Walker Little is not. Yeah, that's true. Walker Little is not little. But yeah, like we have to decide if we want to pay him to a lot of money. But now we can just say, okay, we're going to let Cam Robinson play it out. You know, if he sucks, we got Walker Little to come in there. And if he doesn't suck, then, hey, Walker Little will get another year to kind of rest or whatever. But man, Walker Little, I mean, he needs to go out there and play a little bit. He's only, the last full game he's really played is in 2019. So man, it's interesting. Tekken, what's up, man? You think this front office feels getting a receiving tight end is not as important as others think? No, I think that they do think it's important. The thing is, like he said multiple times, that it just wasn't there. The value was never there to really get a tight end that they wanted and that they felt like they needed. I mean, and that all goes back to really the value board. But guys, I think we need to accept one thing. You know what I mean? Jacksonville will always be located next to the beach. Jacksonville, the football team, will always have the color teal. And Jacksonville will never have a tight end. It's just that simple. We need to probably just accept that this Jaguar team is never destined to have a tight end. That's for sure. Unknown says, UCF, dude, we got Dylan Moses, biggest steal of the draft. That's very true. Undrafted free agency is underway. I know we signed at least 6 guys, but yeah, man, that's big. And big shout out to the Jags Nation. It says, congrats on the 11K. All the hard work you're putting in for us Jag fans. I forgot about that, man. A big milestone this weekend. I hit 11,000 subscribers. So it's awesome. Big shout out to you guys. And also, like, I mean, it's cool because the Jaguars put out a hype video. The Jaguars put out a hype video and used my a soundbite from my interview with Colin Johnson in that. And it's just very cool because the Jaguars are watching my videos. Yeah, the Jaguars are watching my videos, and it's cool because that would have never happened if it wasn't for you guys. Colin Johnson would not have come on my channel if it wasn't for all the people that kind of tune into me. If I was a nobody, he would not have come on, and that was really cool. So just big thank you to all you guys. Yeah, thank you, Tekken, man. Thank you. Phoenix says, we signed Dylan Moses, Josh Emmett Torby at wide receiver, DJ Daniel cornerback, Tim Jones wide receiver, Kenny Randall defensive tackle, and Corey Strotter cornerback. Thank you, Phoenix. Yeah, I got to look into some of these guys. I haven't done, like, outside of just brief, like, highlights and just listening to Urban Meyer. I don't know a lot about these prospects right now, obviously, and we just ended the draft today, so I do still have a lot of work to do here. But I want to take the time to go live now because I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. I owe tomorrow to my girlfriend because I pretty much shut her out the last 3 days to do this NFL draft stuff. So tomorrow's going to be her day. So I'm probably not even going to be reading a whole lot of YouTube comments or anything. So, but yeah, it's and then, obviously later on, I'll be looking at all these guys and who we get in undrafted free agency. But man, like, I know a lot of people will sit here and complain about these different draft picks that the Jaguars make. But at the end of the day, man, I listen to Urban Meyer speak, and it's just Urban Meyer and them know way more about this game than we do. And we just have to, at some point, just trust the process that Urban Meyer just flat out knows what he does, and he's just a damn good football coach. So, it's exciting. It's really exciting that we have Urban Meyer. It still doesn't feel all that real. I just can't wait. You know what I'm excited for, guys? I'm excited for, we're waiting all week for Sunday. Sunday finally comes, and you have CBS on, and you turn it on, it's 12:55, and you see, you hear the CBS music play. They say, we are here in Jacksonville, Florida, as the Jaguars take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And they go to the field and they show the dual cams of Trevor Lawrence with Patrick Mahomes dropping back, warming up, throwing the ball. Then you go over and check out Andy Reid and Urban Meyer on one thing. And you're just like, man, today is going to be an awesome, awesome day. What we need, man, we need Sundays to be back and just exciting, man. I want exciting Sundays for sure, man. And I think we finally have it, man. I know Trevor Lawrence is going to be great. I'm pretty sure Urban Meyer is going to be great. I mean, at the end of the day, football is football, and I think he's going to make the adjustment okay. And I'm just really excited. Jordy says, how do we get that sweet UCF Jaguar merch? Yeah, actually, I have UCF Jaguar merch, actually. In the description box down below, if you guys are interested in purchasing a UCF Jaguar shirt, it's $25. It also comes, I basically sign a 4x6 picture, and I leave kind of a personalized message on the back. I owe 3 people shirts right now from a giveaway. I still haven't mailed them out. I have the shirts literally right here. I just haven't made my way out to the post to the mail center yet. My camera unfocused. Yeah, there we go. I haven't made my way out to the post office yet, but just so you know, there's Washington State Jags fan and 2 other people. I haven't forgot about you. Tufili definitely makes up for the Alawalo debacle. Yeah, I said one thing. I basically said that, hey man, like, you know how it's like next man up? I was like, hey, Tyson Alualu drops out, next Samoan up. And I offended people by saying that, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I don't know. I thought it was a funny observation, but sometimes nowadays we have to be a little more PC with kind of what we say. Trevor will come out the gate snapping, best QB to ever come out. Yeah, and that's gonna be fun. Colts podcast are scared of ETN. Yeah, and that's a great thing, man. Like, I think that there's a great chance that we win the AFC South, a great chance, and that's mainly because of the teams in our division. If we were to swap with the Jets, like if we were in the Jets division, I don't think we would win the division because they have the Bills, the Miami Dolphins are only going to get better. Also, they still have the Patriots in there. I mean, that's low-key turning into a powerhouse division after Patriots has just been dominating it. But now over here, like, we have the Tennessee Titans, who, who knows what they are. The Colts, they're being run by what's it called? Carson Wentz. And then also the Houston Texans. I mean, geez. Man, Houston Texans, their first pick in the 3rd round, they get, who was it, David Mills. Man, that is, oh, gosh. If you're a Texans fan, do you get excited about that pick, or are you just like, man, this sucks? This sucks. Honor Guard says, random, do you think the Jags should change their current uniforms? I do not. I really like the current uniforms. I really do. And we're also not eligible to change for another, like, I think 3 years, but I love the current uniforms. I know, because I think the reason why I love them is because I've appreciated the simplicity of it. I thought our last jerseys were just horrendous. There was too much going on. These ones are so clean. Am I lagging? Okay, I'm good. And honestly, the big thing that I wanted with our current uniforms was I wanted the primaries to be teal. And it's finally here, man. We got teal primaries. We're good to go, man. I know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like our uniforms or not? Definitely let me know. But shout out to all 127 people in here, man. Drop likes if you guys can, for sure. Doorman says Texans got Brevin Jordan too. I know, and I was doing my reaction video to it after we got the tight end from Ohio State. And then literally like 2 picks later, Texans got Brevin Jordan. I'm like, man. But honestly, at the end of the day, I wasn't too mad about it because there's something about Brevin Jordan that we don't know. And yeah. Oh, damn. Big shout out to Alms with a $20 donation. Says, what's up, UCF? Just dropped in. How do you think we did? Love the channel. Keep up the great content. Also, my spelling, but I think it's a long O. I made the name long so give me a break. So is it ohms or so it's ohms? Also my spelling, but ohms, I think long O. Okay, so I'm gonna say ohms 31, I guess. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I like the draft. I do think like it surprised me, but man, we look at it and our defensive backfield is gonna be pretty good now. Also, we also got Trevor Lawrence, which is also great. We also, obviously we got some defensive line help, needed interior, and also we got a left tackle, the future. So I'm good with it. Like going back, I still don't know if I still agree with the pick at number 33, the Tyson Campbell. But at the end of the day, man, like I look at it and these guys know so much more than me. And there's a good chance we might be running a lot of dime, which is 6 defensive backs on the field at a time. So we might need that extra guy. But, at the end of the day, like also Joe Cullen, I'm really excited to see what he can do as defense coordinator. It seems like we're going to get creative at it. So I'm really excited. But OMS31, thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Next up, we have Steve Boston with a $5 donation. Says, we most likely got blocking tight ends this year to help the offensive tackles block for the run game. And we're just going to rely on the out of backfield pass game. That's very true. I mean, it's just interesting because we need the pass catching tight end. And when we pick a tight end, he's another run blocking tight end. And they've been saying from the start how much they need that. And Urban Meyer even addressed it. It's hard to get tight ends in the league. That's why they were kind of paid so much in free agency. So, we'll see what we do. I mean, there's a good chance we might make a move for one. They kind of said they're still exploring that. Zach Ertz is up for trade. He would have been moved this draft, but I guess the Eagles are wanting a lot for him, so they're probably going to have to kind of hold back on what they're looking for him. Maybe David Njoku or OJ Howard might be out here now that the Falcons got Kyle Pitts. Maybe Hayden Hurst is available. So we'll see. But thank you guys. And also, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody, man. We have 182 people in here. Thank you all so much for your support over the last 3 days. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of new members join. I had a lot of donations to the channel, and that's just I really appreciate that, man. You guys don't have to do it, but you do it anyway. And hey, man, you guys are making the dream come true, man. Like I said earlier, I'm just a huge Jag fan out of Orlando. I started this channel and everything from nothing, and then now I'm my YouTube videos are being put into Jaguar, official Jaguar hype videos, and it's just really, really cool. So thanks, guys, so much, and let's just keep growing together, man. Let's make this channel huge because you guys are a part of this, man. I'm here doing live streams. I'm reading all your comments. I'm reading all your thoughts. We do call-in shows. I mean, this is really a channel for the fans because you guys don't get this from the Jags website. You guys don't get this from 1010 XL. You guys don't get this anywhere else. So, this is not my thing. It's also our thing. So it's a lot of fun. Unknown says, is there a preseason this year? As it stands right now, there's going to be. But, as it gets closer, we'll see if they decide to take it out. But, I mean, I would hope at least 1 or 2 preseason games. I think now that there's 17 games, there's not going to be 4 preseason games anymore. But we just need 2 and get out of it, man, because it sucks. It's the 4 preseason games, man. It sucks. And every year, less and less starters play. And it gets to the point where it's you're just watching a bunch of guys that aren't going to make it. And it's just a horrible product. People overreact to it. It's fake football because their teams aren't trying to win. Debo, who do you think gets cut for the 2020 season? Jags roster is stacked. I mean, obviously that's going to require a lot of work, but I think the main guy that we signed that's probably going to get cut, I don't think Phil Dorsett makes the final roster. I just have a feeling he's not really on here. Hayden gone. Yeah, is he still on the team? Yeah, so he must be gone, man. Steve Boston, another $5 donation. He says, oh, also, how about metallic gray and the teal Jag logo as an alternative jersey? The teal logo would look cool to see on a helmet. Yeah, that's it's funny because because I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before. That Jaguar, I think if we could do something with that gray color scheme, I think that could Let's move this back. I think that could potentially look really, really cool. Let's see. Let's put this back up. All right, whatever. All right, we're doing it like this. But I think that could potentially look really, really cool. So I kind of agree with you. But unfortunately, the NFL, it's not like we can do what like Oregon does, where they switch up the uniforms all the time. I mean, it's just very strict with the uniform rules, and maybe that'll all change one day. But yeah, I think that would definitely be cool, and I think it'll change one day. I'll be honest with you, because the more they switch stuff up, the more sales they can get. So we'll definitely see. Kyle says, "Hey, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I'm really happy for you guys there in Duval County, and I hope you guys to see you guys in the postseason." Yeah, hey man, Patrick Mahomes is changing the way teams do quarterbacks, man. Everybody wants to get a quarterback as good as Patrick Mahomes, and that's why teams are out there moving on from guys from good quarterbacks like Jimmy Garoppolo. They're getting a new guy. The Bucs moved on from a good quarterback with Jameis Winston. It's happening all around the NFL, and we'll see, man. We'll see. Wick Dancer, any news on Tim Tebow? Not yet. Urban Meyer talked about it a little bit, but there's no really official rules or official news on that yet. But once it happens, I will keep you guys posted. That's for sure. Jefferson said, jumped on late. Any chance the Jags take one of those big, fast wide receivers and try them at tight end? Interesting. Urban Meyer had a press conference, and he mentioned the fact that they've thought about moving Colin Johnson to tight end, but then backtracked a little bit by saying that he probably doesn't have the body type for it. I mean, he needs to get thicker as it is right now, but he probably just straight up doesn't have the body type for that. But it was cool because he spoke high of Colin Johnson. And me personally, we have to be team Colin Johnson now because he's a friend of the channel. He's one of us. Hopefully we'll have him on again. And man, if he can come out there and have awesome seasons, we can bring him back on here, and it could be really, really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Kenneth says, will Jalen be used as tight end? Jalen can't be used as tight end now. He's not big enough for that. Maxim says, UCF, what if the season is a bust and Trevor hands in a trade request? Take that negativity and go to a Titans channel. Go to Titan Uploads channel and spread that negativity there about Tannehill. Honestly, if Trevor Lawrence is a bust, I think I'll just close the channel and give up on football, because I mean, if Trevor's a bust, I don't know where to go from here, man. I do not know where to go from here. But I just don't think Trevor Lawrence is a guy that'd be one to try to get his way out of anywhere. Tim Tebow starts at quarterback and we have Trevor to tight end. You heard it here first. All right, we'll see, man. We'll see. Swartz has a 4.2 speed, but Brown's got him. Okay. Tighten down, I agree. If he's a bust, we move on to the next number one pick. Yeah, we'll move on to the next generational guy. Elia's dad. Trevor's a Hall of Famer. I sure hope so, man. I'm so excited to see him. He looks great in a Jaguar uniform. It's funny, they posted a picture of him actually in a Jags uniform, and it looked photoshopped. I've seen some photoshops that look more real than that, but it's real, so it's kind of funny. Jeremy, welcome to the stream, man. He says, if Moses is healthy, he's a beast. Roll Tide. Yeah, that's a big time signing, man. I mean, he could have potentially been a first round pick, so that's gonna be fun. I really hope he does his thing. Ooh, it's Dalton. That's my name. Says, I feel like we're going to be good this season. Duval. I agree, man. I agree. I think we're going to be pretty good too. And we picked up another last place opponent with Kyle Pitts. One thing that I low key, man, I'm a little bit glad it happened, but when Kyle Pitts got taken number 4, I'm like, thank you. I told you guys there was no chance of Jags, because man, I really think that we focused way too much conversation on really Kyle Pitts this offseason. And then he got drafted. I'm like, okay, I told you guys it was impossible. But one thing I do want to say real quick, man, we had to give a big shout out to Shad Khan real quick, because Shad Khan, we were all really back in November, we were all super critical of him. We were basically like, look, this owner does not care. He's an absentee owner. He just cares about the profits. He wants to move all these games to London. He really doesn't care about this team winning. And, it comes out that basically Urban Meyer, he said this, and I'm paraphrasing. He said in his intro press conference that, look, the Jaguars had the number 1 pick and that's by no accident. Shad Khan had control over this roster last year. So that tells me that, look, Shad Khan knew what was at hand. He spoke to Urban Meyer at the Super Bowl last season, and basically he probably told him, look, Trevor Lawrence, that's the guy that you need to get. And I think Shad Khan tried to get him, and we were able to finagle a way to get him. You know, I mean, it's hard to get number 1 pick, and we did it. And another thing is, like, he's been very involved with the Jaguars process. Like, I think he took that absentee owner thing to heart. And Urban Meyer basically said, like, look, like, we've been spending hours a day with Shad Khan just going over everything. And it's like, man, like, Shad Khan has really been in the building. He's been around all the time. So, like, you know, I mean, he's really stepping up and taking ownership of this team that he owns. I mean, he owns his team, but I like how he's not just being old and stubborn and in his own ways, and he's actually going out there and doing his thing. I really do think that we need to kind of put our hats off to Shad Khan really for all that. And right now we have 286 people watching, 290 people now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely drop a like if you guys can on the stream. And just thank you to everybody for just watching my draft coverage the last 3 days. I'm exhausted. I really am. But it was just a lot of fun, and you know, it was fun to do it all with you guys. Gator Chomp with a $5 donation. He says, I believe that COVID hurt players' draft stock and also injuries. The Pac-12 didn't play a full season as well. A lot of different factors, in my honest opinion. Yeah. And it was a weird year. Urban Meyer basically said that, look, we wish that we could have, like, interviewed these guys one-on-one. We did, like, a lot of Zoom calls. And as you guys all know, it's so much different being on Zoom with somebody than seeing them face-to-face. It really is. And hopefully, like, they were able to get, because this year of all years, it sucks that it was this year because, you know, the Jaguars had a lot of draft picks, so it would have been nice to be able to, you know, there's any year where we would want kind of a, you know, lack of access to players. It's a year where maybe we don't have as many draft picks, but it is what it is, you know, and we'll see what we do. Debo says we better have some Sunday and Monday night games because we got Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones on our schedule. Yeah, man. And, you know, I was one that said, like, look, like, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, we have him, but I don't think he's going to bring us all these Sunday, Monday night games. But, man, just looking at the kind of endorsements that he's getting, I mean, Trevor Lawrence picking up Gatorade, Adidas, like, Bose. I mean, Fanatics, so many sponsorship this guy is picking up. And just all the times we saw him on, like, the NFL Network during the draft period, like, this guy's got to bring us at least one, like, Sunday night football game a year, because this guy is just becoming an absolute NFL, like, star. And, you know, I mean, they made it, you know, Gatorade, he's the first quarterback that Gatorade has signed since what's his face, Cam Newton, back in, like, 2010. So it's crazy, man. Charlie says, I'm just waiting to see us win at least a game, just a game. We don't have anywhere to go but up from here, man. Nowhere to go up from here. And I think that it's gonna be great, man. Rodney says, you're wrong, bro. Trevor will definitely bring us a lot more primetime games. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm wrong. I do think he is. And the schedule comes out in May. So, you know, we don't have to wait to see what happens, but it's gonna be awesome. Jaguars and Panthers fan just subscribed. Thank you, man. Thank you. Fan of the what's it called? The two cat teams that entered the NFL in 1995. DJ M, man, can't wait for Urban Jaguars versus Jalen Ramsey. I know, man. Let me move this. I'm just so happy our Jalen Ramsey revenge game comes when we have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. You know what I mean? I want Trevor Lawrence to toast him, man. Oh, I cannot wait. It's going to be so awesome. I just want to, I mean, he's going to come, you know, ready, but I want to destroy him. Ty says, for the jerseys, I wish they included a little bit of gold on them. Maybe the numbers highlighted or something. Who do you think gets more work, Etienne or Robinson? I like the jerseys the way they are. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people want a little bit more personality on it. I love the simplicity. I think just our teal on white jerseys just look so clean. And, you know, just the uniforms of 2013 to 2017 made me appreciate the simplicity of it. But thank you, Ty, so much for the donation. Antonio says, we will win the AFC South this year. Dude, I'm right there with you, man. Because the thing is, the Colts probably had the best overall roster, but Carson Wentz, the last couple of years have just been bad. I know he had an MVP type season in 2017, but he hasn't been anything since. You know what I mean? Like, Cam Newton is not the same quarterback since he won the MVP. Neither is Carson Wentz. So, and then the Titans are playing a dangerous formula. Their offense is running through, what's his face? Derrick Henry. And they had a crappy defense last year. And, you know, they won the AFC South with just a horrible defense, man. And I don't know. And honestly, we did better. I didn't think we'd go so much defense, but our defense is looking pretty good right now. Like with some of the additions, I think we're lacking a little bit on the offensive line. Our linebacker depth probably is not very good. But other than that, man, it's going to be our defensive backfield. I will say our defensive back group is pretty set right now. Shout out to King Luca with a $10 donation. He says, this team is completely different from last season. I feel the players didn't like Doug and Dave, and this offseason, Urban has been all in on the players' workout, and the players are absolutely, man. And just dude, we need to just realize, dude, Urban Meyer is a great head coach. And not only has the roster gotten better, we now have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, dude. Like, and I agree with that 100%, dude. That's a good comment. Thank you so much for a donation. But yeah, dude, like, and last year, that's one thing, because obviously I was rooting for a tank last year. I was rooting for the Jaguars from week 3 on. The Jaguars lose every single game. And one thing, it sucked, but one thing that made that a lot easier was the fact that I did not like the quarterback, Gardner Minshew. I did not like the head coach, Doug Marrone, and I did not like the GM. I think it's tougher if you're a team like maybe the Bengals last year. It was tougher for them when they were like pretty much tanking for Burrow, I guess you should say, because they had Zach Taylor, a first-year head coach. You know, they want to see greatness out of their first-year head coach. Me, I didn't give a crap if Minshew did good. I didn't give a crap if Doug Marrone did good. Granted, you know, week 1 and 2, I was rooting my ass off for them. You know what I mean? But after that, once I realized what Minshew was, once I realized what the roster was, I was like, okay, like, we've been 4-12. We've been 5-11 before. We've been drafting 5, 6, 7. Like, where has that got us? It's got us in the same exact position every year where you're double-digit losses. Not only did have a number 1 pick bring you the best player, best quarterback prospect, and this year just having to bring us the best quarterback prospect in several years, it also became the most attractive GM/head coach spot in the NFL. If we would have won 2 games, if 3-13 would have given us the 2nd overall pick. So the difference between 1-15 and 3-13 went from Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence to like what? Justin Fields and Arthur Smith. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the difference. Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer to Arthur Smith and Justin Fields, dude. Like, I'm sorry, man, but like, a bunch of people call me not a real Jaguar fan, that I'm a hater. Like, how could you root for this team to lose? No, dude. I am rooting for what gives the Jaguars the most success. You know what I mean? 5-11 is not building a winning culture. You know, me rooting for the Jaguars to beat the Bengals. You know, an overtime win against the Vikings, that's not building a winning culture. Building a winning culture is bringing in a coach, a great head coach, a quarterback that's not going to be flash in a pan, that's going to be great from year to year. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going to bring you success. You look at the teams that are in the playoffs every year. The Seahawks are always back there with Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? The Patriots have been in there with Tom Brady. You know what I mean? The Chiefs are going to be in there every year with Patrick Mahomes, dude. The teams with great quarterbacks, especially nowadays, the teams with great quarterbacks will prevail. And that's just the fact of it, man. That's just the fact of it. Zai says, glad we tanked. Now we're ready to build a dynasty. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Overbank says, I totally agree, UCF. Thank you. Thank you. We have 336 people in here, man. That's outstanding. Jaguars just concluded the NFL draft. What a great, I mean, it was fun. Obviously, some controversial stuff, but overall, I'm gonna trust the team. I'm gonna trust these guys. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna let these guys come on the field and prove to me, because what do I know more than these guys, man? I'm just a dude living in Orlando that just has a YouTube channel that talks Jags. You know what I mean? Shout out to Charlie with a $5 donation. Says, still wish we would have gotten Louis Riddick as our GM. I do not. I do. Dude, I've been listening to Louis Riddick a little bit more lately now that I knew that he was interviewing for GM spots. No. I do not like him as an analyst. I do not like some of his takes. Like, and let me know if I'm all alone. I'm glad Louis Riddick is not our GM. Jesus is King with a $5 donation. Kudos you for watching this team last year. I couldn't even watch them. It was bad. Well, I get half credit for that. I stopped streaming myself watching the games. You know what I mean? And when I watched the games toward the end of the year, I had Red Zone on the big TV and Jaguars on my little monitor. You know what I mean? I was more interested in watching real football around the NFL, good teams play, and Jaguars were an afterthought to me. So I don't get complete credit. I appreciate Jesus is King, but hey, I still kept in touch. I guess I still watched the games, but I wasn't going back and rewatching and seeing what happened. No, that I wasn't. So I don't get complete credit. Indie Gaming with a $5 donation. He says the Jags and Browns were depressing for so long, but I'm glad they're both turning a corner. Yeah, that's one thing that's great about the NFL, man. It's so much easier to go from like worst to first. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. Like, I'm a Magic fan. I'll never see the Magic be good. I feel like, it's just in the NBA, you have to get lucky and draft somebody great, and then you have to attract free agents. In the NFL, just draft well and you're going to be good. Obviously, you need a quarterback and a head coach, but it all circulates around a draft. And in the NFL, you're built to be 8-8. You know what I mean? You're built to be 8-8. There's a lot of parity, so it's one thing really cool. Brandon Latouche with a $5 donation says, just watching highlights on Jay Tefeli and Jordan Smith. Dudes are beast. And we got the best undrafted free agency, Dylan Moses. Excited about this year, man. Duval till we die. Thank you, man. Love the passion. And I agree, man. Jordan Smith, very raw, but man, he's got a skill set that we can really build off of. And Jay Tefeli, also a guy that could turn into something, really special. And a couple of positions of needs, definitely. And, this D-line, not only did this defensive backfield get totally revamped, so did this D-line, man. We brought in Roy Robertson Harris. We brought in, Malcolm Brown. Brought in a few more defensive linemen, drafted some guys. And obviously now we got some guys coming back from injury, okay. And, this team, it should just look totally different when it come back on the field. And I'm absolutely pumped from it. Cruisin says, we were far from beating the Packers last year. Yeah, man. The Packers, we almost beat the Vikings too. That Packers game had me a little bit worried, but I know at the end of the day, the Packers are going to win. Nicholas with a $3 donation. He says, as a Saints fan, so happy for y'all. We did good. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for the donation. I hope both of us did good. And that's one thing cool about this channel, man. I've had a lot of people from different fan bases been hopping in here and just giving us congratulations. And honestly, I just think it's cool that there's people from different teams watching my videos. It's very, very cool. But thank you so much, Nicholas. Elliot says, really not happy with the Jags picks. Yeah, it's definitely grown on me. I will say, Campbell, I still probably wouldn't have done that with a 33 pick, but I'm at the point I'm gonna trust these guys. These guys know a lot more about football than me, and until they prove me otherwise, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because Urban Meyer, they know how to coach. They know how to watch these guys. Trent Baalke has kind of done it all before, so we'll see. Larry said it's all about coaching. If these picks could coach up to their full potential, they will play well. Exactly. We got a lot of raw players. We got a lot of guys that need to be coached, and I think they're going to be coached by the best, man. Neil says, what's good, UCF? Jets fan here, and I think we had a great draft. I did like the Jets draft. I was paying close attention to it because I had my guy Jet Central over here, so we were doing our streams together. It was funny. We had like 2 streams going on. Like, I was taking turns answering my questions. He was taking turns answering his questions. It was a lot of fun. Indie Gaming with a $2 donation. Congrats from a Bears fan. Dude, thank you so much. And your Bears fans did something I didn't think they'd do. I did not think Justin Fields would fall to number 11, and I did not think the Bears would be able to trade up that far for a quarterback. I remember I was just saying, like, man, like, how can Bears fans be optimistic about this season? But that's how. They went and got Justin Fields. So that's a big-time move, man. So congrats to you guys. Tekken says, I wish y'all would have gotten Fields, though. Always looks like he's having conversation within a chat. Fields is a baller. Hope he pans out. Absolutely, man. Clutch says, the Tyson Campbell pick has grown on me. He looks like Ramsey in my eyes watching his highlights. Yep, he's big, lengthy dude. All our cornerbacks are over 6 feet tall. He's speedy. Urban Meyer wants speed. Urban Meyer got a whole lot of speed. And Cisco is another guy that we're kind of not talking a lot about. So, I mean, we got some good guys. So, I just got a lot of players, too. I just can't wait to see these guys on the field really playing together. I think it'd be great. And, yeah, I just want to give a shout-out. Thanks to everyone for watching. And also, I got a bunch of new members. I haven't updated them on my graphic yet, but a bunch of new members joined over the weekend. I think we're at about, like, 80-something now. So, you guys are absolutely awesome. I'll be on the lookout. I'm going to do another member-only kind of roundtable talk sometime next week, sometime between Tuesday, probably either Wednesday or Thursday. So, I definitely like to meet you guys basically on the member-only roundtable. We just basically get on one of these streams and we all just kind of talk with each other. It's a lot of fun. So, thanks a bunch, man. And also, if you guys are interested, I got this UCF Jaguar shirt. If that's something that you guys might be interested in. I've had a couple of people ask about it. I don't really plug it that much, but I do sell them. It's great material. I put the link down below if that's something that you guys might want to scoop up. So, yeah. Alex says, Cisco was considered the best safety in the draft till his injury. Yeah, and that is one thing that might be a little bit concerning about our draft is that we did get a lot of guys that have some injury history, whether it be Little or Cisco. So some guys are kind of coming back from it, but hopefully we'll see how that kind of progresses. AG says Bridgewater should be competition for Locke. Hopefully it pushes him to be a franchise quarterback. I don't know if it will. I mean, I think Bridgewater kind of is what he is at this point, right? Asher says, are the Jags making a Clemson pipeline? I mean, we got 2 players. I don't know if that's a pipeline or not, and we did get, we got an offensive tackle, Little, and then 1 pick later, a Clemson tackle went. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Cisco says he's at 80% right now. It was an ACL, right? I mean, if it's an ACL injury, I'm not too worried. Nowadays, ACL injuries are, honestly, you'd probably prefer an ACL injury versus some of these other injuries because these guys come back and they're better than ever from that. Jaguars and Panthers fan says, what do you think about this middle linebacker group in the 3-4? Weak side, Miles Jack, our 2 middle linebackers, Dylan Moses and Joe Schobert, our edge, K'Lavon Chaisson. I mean, Miles Jack, he's gonna be a inside linebacker. I mean, he's not moving to the edge or anything. But Dylan Moses, Joe Schobert. Honestly, I think Dylan Moses might push Joe Schobert for a spot. Either him or even that guy we got from the Chiefs. I forget his name. But I think there's a good chance of that. Durvo with a very, very tough question. He says, record prediction for us after this draft. I'm going to say 9-8. I will say 9-8. That may or may not get us into the playoffs, but I think things are looking up for us. We got a tough division. We're playing the NFC West this year, which is tough. I mean, all those guys it's kind of filled with quarterbacks and filled with good teams, good rosters. So that's what I'm going to say. Moon Illusions 10-7. Yeah, Damian Wilson. I think Damian Wilson could very well unseat Joe Schobert for that spot. 6-11 or 7-10. Yeah, I mean, honestly, 7-10. That's a huge improvement for last year. That's a 6-win improvement. But man, I just think, we might have the best quarterback in the AFC South, and man, great quarterbacks can really push. And we saw the Chargers do some good things last year with a great quarterback. They were just kind of held up by kind of dumb coaching and a bad defense. And I mean, looking at it, man, our defense really improved. So we'll see. Joe Schobert is really good and underrated. I'm not as high on Joe Schobert. Ronnie says B-. Charlie says, who else rolled their eyes when they heard about Tim Tebow as our tight end? I mean, the thing about Tim Tebow tight end, it's very, very low risk. We'll give him time in training camp to see if he can make the roster. If not, then we cut him. You know what I mean? I hope he gets a chance just because I think that'd be fascinating to watch. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Carr says, where he got Luke Farrell. Hell yeah. LOL 10-7. Bring Tebow for the memes and vibes. Yeah. Bring Tebow for, what did they say, jersey sales back in the day? All right, I'm unfocused again. Look at me, camera. Hold on. Whatever. That's good. That's good. Who's your favorite Jaguar player? Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, as of Thursday, is officially my favorite Jaguar player. I have no idea who our starting wide receivers will be. We'll have a lot of them. We have a bunch of combinations, that's for sure. Mercedes Lewis told TMZ he thinks Tebow can do it. Did he really? I gotta look that one up. Tebow at tight end would be fire if he makes the team. Yeah, and you mentioned Mercedes Lewis. Mercedes Lewis, if he was on our team, he would be our best tight end. That's another one that we cut too early. Join him on the list of Daryl Smith. Daryl Smith and, Mercedes Lewis. And I'm trying to think of who else we let walk too early. Rasheed Mathis, those guys. Did you get your Trevor Lawrence jersey? I haven't yet, and I am going to. By the way, I'm giving away 2 Trevor Lawrence jerseys at some point. I haven't a lot of time to look into it. And I heard jersey sales, like jersey prices actually increased. So like jersey price, like one reason why I don't get jerseys is because first of all, they're horrible investment because Jaguar players don't ever last. And second of all, $100 is a lot of money. But now I guess they're $120 now. So I mean, I'm gonna have to fork up a little bit more money, but at some point, I'm giving away 1 jersey to members, to just members, and 1 jersey to kind of the general YouTube population. So be on the lookout for that, man. Be on the lookout for that. Indie Gaming with a $5 donation. I wasn't excited about the Bears at all until we got Fields. Went from losing Trubisky and only having Foles and Dalton to a franchise. Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. And thank you for the donation. I was like, how can Bears fans be excited about the season? Because it's like you have a great roster, but there's a good chance that once again, because I know from experience, it sucks watching a team with a great defense, but an offense that can't do anything on like turnovers and stuff. It's horrible to watch. You feel bad for the defense, and it's just really boring football. But yeah, I tend to agree, man. But that's awesome. You guys got your guy. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be on for an hour today. I'm doing the stream today instead of tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna take the day off. So Cadden says you're looking at 130. Yeah, so I mean, I'll be buying jerseys for you guys. I'm not gonna buy one for myself yet. I'm not gonna drop $390 plus taxes on Trevor Lawrence jerseys, but I'll make sure you guys are hooked up. I'm gonna save up and probably get mine maybe this summer or something like that. But that's honestly, that's absolutely ridiculous. These jerseys are built cheap. They're pieces of cloth with an NFL logo on it, and they suck us for $130. Like, give me a break, man. That is a ridiculous price. Ridiculous price. But whatever, man. I mean, that's why we see these people rocking fake jerseys everywhere. But whatever. Tyson says, or Mr. Mello says, Tyson Campbell is going to be a nickel. Ceedon Henderson is safe, but it's a just in case pick. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get some play time. I mean, obviously, we play a lot of nickel, so it's basically a starting spot. But, it's whatever. Jersey Jaguar says, I love my fake jersey. Yeah, I mean, it's a good deal, man. Spend $20 on a fake jersey. I mean, I can spawn them from a mile away, but I mean, this one back here, that one's a fake one. And I got to replace that tune, by the way. Jack says, can't donate. Been following for well over a year now. I appreciate you and your takes. Always matches how I'm feeling as a 20-plus year fan. Yeah, dude, never feel inclined to donate to me, man. Like, I mean, the donations, it's, it's an option if you want to do it, if you can, if you feel like doing it. But if you don't have the funds to do it, don't ever feel like pressure to donate or anything, man. I do it with or without them. So Charlie with a $2 donation. He says, watch us be on Hard Knocks. We're not eligible for Hard Knocks. I mean, if we could step out and say, yeah, we'd like to be on Hard Knocks, and we could be on it, but we're not one of the teams eligible. To be eligible, you have to either have not made you had to not make the playoffs in the last 2 years, and have and you have to have the same head coach as the year before, and we don't qualify under the head coach rules. Get the authentic $350 jersey instead, like us. Oof. I unfortunately, I'm not going to swing that. I'm not going to spend $350 on a jersey. Jersey Jaguar says, I didn't invest in Mitchell and Esposeli and Taylor jerseys. They are gorgeous. I invested in, I have Maurice Jones-Drew and Fred Taylor. Those are great classics. Those will never go bad, which is the great thing about them. What are your thoughts on Kristen's quarterback rankings? Had Wilson over Lawrence. I mean, good for him. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, Itri says $350 on a jersey. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, man. I can't swing that. I can't swing. I'm not gonna spend $350 on a jersey while I'm paying off student loans, while I'm having a car payment, and while I have a mortgage. Maybe one day when my net worth is high and I have a disposable income, I just have all this money, but I'm not at the point in my life where I'm going to be spending $350 on a jersey. And I don't even I buy jerseys and I don't wear them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to throw on a jersey, a $350 jersey, and go to Publix. You know what I mean? So yeah, too much, bro. Yeah, that's tough, man. Like I said, I mean, if I had disposable income, if my network was crazy, if I wasn't paying all this interest to the bank on different things, it'd be different. But Jack says, I have a Ramsey jersey and a Minshew jersey. Just hoping we keep him as their backup for years to come. I don't know, man. I don't know. I couldn't even stand the sight of a Ramsey jersey. Charlie says, that's way too expensive. Yeah. Robert says, 1 million viewers would help share a channel. Yeah. That'd be great. Jesus the King, invest in crypto is better than investing in a jersey. Yeah, I mean, I could think of a lot of better things than invest $350 in on a jersey. But hey, that's what you want to do. I mean, you guys spend your money in ways you guys want to spend your money. I hear jerseys are $130 right now. I'm sorry, man. You guys are getting Trevor Lawrence jerseys. I'm not getting one. Oh, it's just a lot. It is a lot. Carter says Robinson at power back, Etienne at running back, Trev at quarterback. Yeah. That's what it's going to look like. And, even Etienne, they said today that Etienne's going to be an offensive weapon, man. He's going to wind up. Cruzen says, think Luton will develop into a second string. Probably not. Honestly, I'm at the point I want 2 quarterbacks on a roster. I want Trevor Lawrence 1, probably CJ Beathard. They just signed him as backup, but then practice squad guy for me. Shout out to Mr. Ice Mellow. Just became a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, man. You just got a little bit better chance to win a Trevor Lawrence jersey. So now that you're a member, drop your Duval emojis down below. And just shout out to all the new members this weekend, man. I had a lot of new members. Had a lot of donations too. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best, man. You guys are really making the dream come true. And I hope this is a cool platform for you guys to kind of, watch Jaguar content and stuff like that. Devin just ordered his Trevor jersey. He paid $119. Yeah, I haven't even had, literally all my free time. I've just been pulling up my YouTube channel, going here and just trying to find coverage. I haven't even pulled up the sites yet, but sometimes I completely forgot about T-Risk. We'll see. I mean, if we sign him, that'd be funny. Honestly, I think it'd be funny more than anything. Jesus is King with a $5 donation. He says, do you see Minshew being a distraction to Lawrence? I don't know if it's a distraction. but I mean, he's not the guy. I mean, what does Minshew want to be? Like, I remember last year when they benched Minshew, is over here like bitching to Doug Marrone, put me in, coach, put me in, like let me play. He's like begging him to play. So he needs to know his role. Like he needs to know that he's backup quarterback, and if he can't accept that role, then look, trying to find something elsewhere. I mean, obviously, no team is really interested in him. Nobody offered a trade or anything for him. So, I mean, at this point, like, we might just give him up for like a 7th round pick. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not as high on him as other people are. I don't want to keep harping on Minshew. I continue to hate on Minshew 4 months after the fact. After we have Trevor Lawrence on his field, I don't think he's all that good. But yeah. Trevor isn't worried about Minshew. Yeah, Trevor's not worried at all about Minshew. It's just, if Minshew was good, we wouldn't be in position. He would have played himself into a position where, and honestly, I thought Glennon was over here. Glennon was putting us into overtime with the Vikings. Luton had us, toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers. I don't even think he was the best quarterback on the roster last year, man. Yeah, I agree, Cruisin. I agree. Thoughts on our free agency pickups? Some were good, man. Smug Slacker with a 125. What is that? Peso? It's a P with 3 lines through it. That's an interesting looking currency. It says, as a Jaguars fan living in Asia, I am not familiar with the players drafted starting at round 3. I heard we got injury-prone players. Thank you for the donation, man. And we got players that have had some injury history, but also have pretty decent ceilings. So, let me adjust this. What the hell's going on with this? We got players that were injured, but I don't know, man. I mean, at some point, and we got like Cisco. He tore his ACL, so he's gonna be fine. We got one guy that got injured in 2019, then opted out of 2020. So I mean, at this point, he's very, very healthy. So I wouldn't say injury prone, but we had some guys that have had some injuries, I guess we'll say. But I think we'll be good. But by the way, I like the name Smug Slacker. That's kind of funny. Smug Slacky just gave you your jersey money. Yeah, I don't think I don't know what that converts to, but I guarantee it's not $125. Dave Cisco is buying me a teal Trevor Lawrence jersey. Oh yeah, dude, there you go. I gotta hit up Dave and get myself one. Alex says bring Bortles back. He's better than Minshew. That would be fun. I think why not try Bortles out? I think Bortles would be a better tight end than Tim Tebow, if I'm being honest with you. Gave us one of the worst records. But all right, guys, I've been live for an hour and about 3 minutes. I'm going to be live for 2 more minutes. I really just want to take this time just to thank everybody for their support these last 3 days, for watching me, for just all the donations, all the likes, all the really just views you're coming at me with. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and, it's cool. I mean, it was a successful weekend, dude. Like, this channel was featured in a Jaguars hype video, Let me, I'm going to pull that up real quick. I'm going to pull up the, and by the way, if you haven't already, man, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at UCF_Jaguar. That's where I'm going to pull this. Actually, why don't I do this? I'm going to actually share my screen with you guys. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. We'll go back here. I'm going to share screen. Chrome tab. I think this is it. Share audio. There we go. All right. Here's a video. Let's watch it. All right, it's got a buffer on me. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Come on, man. What's going on here? All right.
A reactor.
Okay.
A mover. A slayer. A crier. There's absolutely no way on God's green earth that Trevor Lawrence isn't going to Jacksonville.
They're going to go into 2021 with the greatest quarterback prospect of a generation.
He's going to be the #1 overall pick.
Everyone and their mom has heard of Trevor Lawrence, but everyone kind of knows where this is headed. He's a hell of a football player.
That's from my channel, guys. You guys were all there. Look, that's it. It's even got the Colin Johnson thing. It's Colin Johnson, man. This is from him. You know what I mean? Because of you, bringing me 242 people watching this, all the support you guys give me, man. This is you guys that did this, man. Hype video here, man. Colin Johnson, my interview with him. It's awesome.
The #1 overall pick.
Every
So that's lagging. Am I lagging right now? But all right, guys, I'm gonna end it on that. Yeah, Jack says that's so awesome. All right, I'm lagging. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. End it here. So I apologize for the lagging. Hopefully this plays back okay. But I know it wasn't. On that note, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I will catch you guys in my next video.